providing resources and comfort to caregivers. This is Caregiver Crossing, a show for caregivers about caregivers. Now, your hosts, Tina McIntosh and Terry Stacy.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Caregiver Crossing. I hope you're well on this beautiful Sunday, October 29th morning.
That's it. Halloween around the corner.
Like a short corner. Like it is. You're right. It's right there.
Yeah.
If this is your first time joining us, Caregiver Crossing is a show brought to you by Joy's House, presented in partnership with Cardon and Associates, and we're glad you're here. This radio show was created for family caregivers and the people who love them. And the reality is, if you haven't been or you're not, you probably will be a family caregiver or need the caregiving yourself. And so we are so happy that you're here with us this Sunday, every Sunday morning, to discuss all things caregiving. I'm your host, Tina McIntosh, and
I'm her friend, Terry Stacy. And this week we miss Candace for sure. Candace Hadabon normally here. Tempest Wales, we're thinking about you too. It has been quite a week, but we just want to mention you can find episodes of this show at caregivercrossingradio.org, and be sure to like and follow us on Facebook, please. It is the best place to keep up to date in between shows. And if you'd like to connect with us to discuss show topics or need help connecting with resources, if you've got a question that you'd like for us to answer here on air, Tina can answer just about anything. If you just want to say hello, you can reach us at 317-254-0828, or you can email Tina at joycehouse.org. We love hearing from you.
You know, I just had a conversation with a listener who reached out. We had been talking, Terry, about siblings helping. There was I think it was a call-in or it was an email. I can't remember, but basically it had something to do with someone was caring for, I think it was a young man caring for parents or grandparents. It was parents. And the siblings weren't helping like he had wanted them to. And I had said, I think in that show, something to the effect of, unfortunately, we can't make people do what they don't want to do. Meaning, sometimes people just don't do the things that we were hoping. And I really appreciate it. This listener will call you Valerie. Valerie had called in and talked with Dolores at Joy's House and just was really struggling. And so I got to call Valerie and have a conversation with her. And I think she was just grateful to have a different perspective, and hers was really, I don't want them to step up and do everything. And I don't want my siblings to think I'm bossy. I just wish that they would do something, something longer than a 5-minute phone call, maybe a card, maybe a gift, maybe a moment, maybe something, an acknowledgement. And so
my heart breaks that siblings don't do that on their own. My heart breaks that just isn't something that's a part of your fiber, that that this is part of life and that you need to be, that you're part of this family. That's been with you from the time you were born. It's just, it breaks my heart that doesn't happen, but it's very real and it happens.
Common, right?
It is common.
And I think that's part of it too, is that they've been with you since you were kids.
Maybe so.
And that's part of the issue. And so I think now that I'm saying all this, I believe
Are you changing your mind completely about everything?
Right.
Do you want to start over?
I take it all back. No, I think we have somebody who has a question. We don't have it in front of us right now, but I think it's coming in the show today. And I think it's kind of similar. So stick around. We'll talk about that more. There are two things that I want to make sure we cover before we really get into kind of the bulk of the show. And one is, Terry, you brought to my attention that there's this dementia-friendly Halloween. And so do you have the notes in front of you?
I do. I have them right here. These are Halloween do's and don'ts for families to help keep their loved ones with dementia safe and also comfortable this Halloween from the Alzheimer's Foundation of America. Where this comes from? We always concern. My top number one is how do we keep our animals safe? I hadn't thought about having someone in your family that this can cause some disruptions.
Well, I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
The scary stuff that's out there, all the sounds, the movement. I mean, things jumping out, people jumping out.
Right.
It's a weird holiday, by the way, but that's a whole different gig. It is a weird holiday that we celebrate. Anyway, but for somebody living with
candy, for crying out loud.
I mean, I'll just go buy a bag of Tootsie Rolls. But anyway, for somebody living with dementia, it is very unsettling often because all of the things that might jar you with your normal kind of, quote unquote, normal acting brain.
Right.
Imagine you have no control over that brain. And it's scary. And so there are a few things. The one is proactively address stress. And so they're saying play relaxing music, maybe have a quiet activity going on, maybe read a book together, and then make sure your face and your body is saying what you want it to say. Because those are the cues that people often pick up on. But go ahead, you've got the next one.
I think this one is interesting because when we're out of candy, what do? The signal to let everybody know is turn the lights off.
Yes.
Right? You'll turn the lights off, and that way everybody knows to skip your home. But according to this list that we have, in the do list is leave your lights on. Have interior and exterior lights on for safety, and keep candy outside your door for trick-or-treaters with a sign that says, please take one. That way the doorbell is not ringing, the dog is not barking, upsetting the whole environment. And but leave it to the little trick-or-treaters, and hopefully they'll be good, and they'll just take the one piece.
Yeah, and with that, I think you could always put a sign that says, please do not knock or ring doorbell.
You could.
I would caution you.
That's a good idea.
I think some people would say, well, I'll just put a sign on saying someone, lives here with dementia. Please don't knock or ring. Don't give away all your business because you don't want to become a target for anybody later. So maybe just don't ring or knock would be good. Also, make sure that you adapt a celebration. And so maybe you replace the candy with some fruit or another healthy snack is what they're telling us. And I love this idea. Reminisce the holiday by looking at old family photos of Halloween. You maybe paint pumpkins together.
That's a good idea.
Watch a feel-good movie, something helping them to focus on those things. And then there are some don'ts. And so first don't that you've got there.
The don't is don't use interactive or scary decorations.
Period.
That just seems like, common sense. Don't do that. Don't decorate instead with such things as pumpkins and fall leaves.
I mean, don't leave your loved one alone to give out candy. Please don't leave your loved one living with dementia alone. Period.
Please don't invite the trick-or-treaters into your home.
Ever.
I don't think
just don't do that. That's a bad practice for anybody. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with I believe it's either a caller or an email. So we'll be back in just a moment on Caregiver Crossing. Stick with us. Caregiver Crossing is a show that is supported by Cardon and Associates, and with over 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience, Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized care. If you want more information about Cardon or Joy's House, you can go to joyshouse.org, and we can help you with adult day services and our caregiver support programs. We're happy to be here with you on Caregiver Crossing every Sunday morning. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire. You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lily Chu and Ali Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
Welcome back. This is Caregiver Crossing. I'm Terry Stacy along with Tina McIntosh, and we're glad you're here too. Now, as we mentioned earlier, Tina is happy to answer any questions you have. You can send a note, a question, whatever it is, tina@joyshouse.org. And Tina, we've got one for you. This one comes from Sarah. Guess where? Kansas City.
No way.
Yeah.
I wonder how these folks reach us. Like
how they hear it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm glad they do.
Sorry, Sarah, hold on. We got a message from somebody in California, I think, saying, hey, can you bring Caregiver Crossing to California?
That's so great.
It's really great.
It's necessary. It's needed. This is a needed show.
Yeah, and I'm getting messages from all over the state of Indiana.
Beautiful.
So, whatever you all are doing here within the stations, thank you so much, because it is reaching people. We're getting from Wabash and, Evansville and Fort Wayne. I've had several friends say,
good.
hey, I turned on the radio and,
it's great.
You wouldn't shut up. Like you were right there. So it really is great.
It is.
Anyway, back to Sarah,
who's in Kansas, where they have a fantastic football team, and Taylor Swift seems to hang out quite often. Sarah says, my name is Sarah, and I have concerns about mother's decisions to make my brother her POA.
Power of attorney.
Oh, without giving you all the messy family details, Mom has always favored my brother. Oh, no. But he has always been spoiled. And in parentheses, she says, and selfish. My sister and I don't agree with the decisions that my brother is making for Mom without consulting us, and we don't know what to do. I worried that this situation is going to drive a bigger wedge between us and be even more detrimental to Mom. Do you have any suggestions of what we can do? This is such a common question. We talked about this earlier. This is such a common question you get.
It is. I'd take a deep breath, because I feel like there are several sections to this email. One is, it sounds like there's a lot of lifelong stuff here.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is probably not going to be the time that lifelong stuff gets worked out. So when I hear, I think she said something about driving a bigger wedge in the relationship between siblings. Yeah, that is a really good possibility. I mean, that just might happen. And so, kind of brace yourself for that. But I think I want to get to the more detrimental for Mom part, because that's really important. But before that, I do wonder if the siblings can't have a conversation when they're not in a heated moment. There's no big decision to be made. Nobody's edgy. It's
dinner.
Right. If you can get together in person. You're not wrong. I'm a big fan of having uncomfortable conversations over a meal.
I agree.
Because it forces you, there's a beginning and an end to a meal, right? And you have to stay. You don't want to be the person, you don't need to be the person who gets up in the middle of dinner and walks away, right? Unless it's so ugly, you just can't stay there. But I think you're really right. And if you can't get together in person, then, hey, I'd love for us to be able to have a phone call when we're not in the middle of trying to make the decisions that are very emotionally involved for us. And so everybody's got to muster up their emotional intelligence.
But this is deep.
It is deep.
This one sounds deep, and family counseling maybe at some point might help a little bit, right? I mean, who knows if you're going to do that, but... Well, and the second,
second thing that came to my mind about that, Terry, is put the past aside.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter right now.
For her.
That's
for your mom.
Yep. So, talking with your brother and, Sarah, letting him know what it is that you hope and expect during this time with your mom and after she's gone. I don't know how much time she is expected to have left, but I would also make sure you're not only telling him what it is you hope and expect, but you're asking him what he hopes and expects. And, maybe, just maybe, you're on the same page about some of the stuff. Your perception might be off. But it's hard to say. I mean, it doesn't work that way for everybody. But let's get to the concern that it might be even more detrimental to Mom. And so I think my biggest question, I wish I could talk with Sarah right now, is, are you able to talk with your mom about this at all? And what is it that she wants? How much time does she have left on this earth? Does she have her mental capacities about her? And she can tell you what it is she wants. Because again, sometimes what I think somebody in my family wants or how they view something is so very different than the reality of it.
Yeah. I mean, and if your brother has power of attorney, he needs to be hearing that too. Yeah. I mean, if Mom can sit with you, I don't know how many siblings there are, but and really be able to listen to her, and he's listening as well, since he has the power of attorney.
And she chose him, right?
She chose him,
and we have to honor that, which is hard. Well, I mean, that might be part of the reason she chose him, but it is really hard, Sarah, and you are not alone.
No.
And you're entitled to feel any way that you are feeling right now. And so I hope that helps you just a little bit as you take the next step, on this path with your mom. I'm going to switch gears slightly here.
Okay.
Terry, I went back and looked at my notes from the Teepa Snow.
Yes. How was that?
I don't know what to call it. Segment, afternoon, time together. Joy's House brought Teepa Snow at Joy's House and Caregiver Crossing. We're related, and
explain if anybody's tuning in, who's Teepa Snow?
Yeah, so Teepa Snow is a brain specialist. She's fantastic, and she gives you different ways to think about things when you are caring for a loved one living with a dementia in particular. And so I had some highlights I just wanted to bring up here. I feel like somebody needs to hear these. It might be me, but I'm going to read them to you, and then I'd like to hear your reaction as we go. There are 5 of them. So number 1 is, life would be so much easier if we could see the diagnosis of dementia when we look at somebody.
I don't know.
So you can't tell when somebody has dementia, right? By looking at them.
True.
But if we could just see it like a broken arm, our empathy would be so much different, right? But it's the brain, and we can't get to that. 2 is, as caregivers, we don't know what to do, and as a result, we do impulsive things. No one trains caregivers. I mean, we're doing our best at Joy's House. We're launching some things actually this next month that you're going to want to be listening for.
There is no formal training for a caregiver.
Right. So, hi, here's your father, and now you just have to figure it out. And so what happens is we do knee-jerky, kind of impulsive, sometimes irrational things. Number 3, when someone with dementia is fixated, lady, I got to get to the bank. Get out of my way. I got to get to the bank. We have to understand that their brain is telling them they have to get to it or they will die.
Oh, wow.
So can you imagine right now, I say, hey, we're in radio studio, and you say, I'm in the hotel lobby. And I say, no, we're not. And you are just fixated. So until I'm finally like, fine, this is the hotel lobby. This is where we are now. Which is probably how I should approach it in the beginning.
Yeah.
4, you have to look at your loved one and find something you like about them every day. And she says, this is critical.
We do that about husbands.
Different show, Terry.
I mean, just people and everybody.
I might have to do it for myself. What is one thing I like about me today?
We should.
But it's a great point, right?
No, it's great. It is a good point.
All right. And number 5, the hardest thing to do is to learn to speak the language of dementia. The hardest thing to do is to learn to speak the language of dementia. Couldn't be any more true. I'm going to read them back really quick. 1, it'd be so much easier if we could see the diagnosis of dementia. 2, as caregivers, we don't know what to do, and as a result, we do impulsive things. 3, when someone with dementia is fixated, we have to understand that their brain is telling them that they have to get to it or they will die. 4, you have to look at your loved one and find something you like about them every single day. And 5, the hardest thing to do is to learn to speak the language of dementia. Stick around. We'll be back here on Caregiver Crossing in just a moment. Caregiver Crossing is supported by Cardon and Associates, with 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest, and more than 40 years of senior living experience. Our friends at Cardon and Associates provide residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. We are so honored that they support Caregiver Crossing and the work of Joy's House. Welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. So the COVID-19 lockdown was hard for all of us, I think, but especially for seniors. And so, Terry, I don't know about you. We are in the older age category at this point.
Yes, we are.
And it was hard for me to stay physical during the lockdown. Was that hard for you?
It was, they talk about the COVID-10, which were the 10 pounds that everyone gained at home because we were in lockdown.
Yeah, well, I'm an overachiever, so, forget 10. But so for the second half of the show today, we are welcoming 2 of the most beautiful women. You'll have to look them up, but it is April Hattori and her mom, Aiko. And we are so excited. They have inspired millions of people around the country with their exercise routines. And so let us pause and say, April and Aiko, hello.
Hello. Hey there. Great to join you. Nice being here.
I pulled you up, in preparation for the show, and the 2 of you on video just make me smile. Like, the beauty between the 2 of you and your relationship is incredible. Can you tell us just a little bit about you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so, we're both seniors ourselves. I'm 59 and my mom is 82. Yeah, so, we're in the category, and, it's really important for all of us to stay active. Absolutely, yeah.
Have you always been close?
We have. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have always been close. It's my mom. I was a single mom, and raised 3 kids on her own, and she sacrificed so much, and it's just so lovely to be able to come full circle and live with my mom.
Yeah, same here. I'm living with my daughter. People say, "What? You're living with your daughter?" That's okay.
April,
she's my personal trainer, so that's good.
Yes. That's good. Yes, April, what were you doing before the pandemic, career-wise?
Yeah, so, I had a 30-year career in communications. So I was a former newspaper journalist, and I worked in communications, public relations in New York for many years. And what happened was in 2019, I moved to Nevada to live with my mom. And that was the opportunity to be able to look, do something different.
Yeah.
Well, this would definitely be different then. I mean, we're talking about when you explain the company, it's fitness and joy at any age. And the name of the company is Yes2Next. So YES, the number 2, next. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So the meaning of Yes2Next is to say yes to your next steps to fitness and joy in life. And it's all started because, when I moved out here to Nevada, I was like, this is a great time to just sort of look at what I wanted to do and to transition and to follow my passion. And my passion was fitness. And so I became a personal trainer, and I got a job at a local gym specializing in training older adults and seniors. And so it was just such a joy. I loved it. I was like working with people, one-on-one is awesome. And then the pandemic hit in 2020. And so everything just shut down in March 2020. And I was just like, well, now what do I do? How can I help my clients? And so I just had this idea to start creating videos mainly for them. And that's just how it started. I was living with my mom, so I just asked her if she wanted to start doing the videos with me. And Yes2Next was born.
Well, you are hearing the voice of April Hattori and her mother, Aiko. Aiko, you're 80 years old. Your daughter moves to Nevada with you from New York. She comes in and says, hey, I'm going to be a personal trainer. I want you to be my number 1 client. And we're going to put some videos out and maybe 2 people watch them. I don't know. It might be 200,000. What did you think when she came to you?
Well, I thought it'd be a one-off. Certainly. Okay, I don't mind helping you anytime. That's the least I can do. And never expecting it to be what it is today. But it's been very gratifying in this stage of my life to be a part of something like this, to be fit. So it's good. It's all been good.
Was it, Aiko?
I'm enjoying it.
Was it easy to get started? Was the transition pretty easy to start exercising, or were you already doing that?
Well, I was already doing it, but not on a workout level kind of thing. It was just mainly walking was my thing. But what living with April has helped me to build some muscle, and certainly stronger, I think, than I was maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So there are some advantages, to living with your personal trainer. You can really take advantage of stuff.
Now, listen,
absolutely.
I can't complain.
I would imagine there are also some disadvantages, but that's a different therapy session. So we're going to stick with the bonuses here.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show.
Right? So, Aiko, you start doing these workouts, and it's everything in April, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's everything from strength training to 15-minute HIIT workouts to chair yoga. I mean, you're using books, you're using things from around the house. And Aiko, you start with this and you get on this regimen with your daughter, and she's training you and you're encouraging other people. And I know you're saying you built some muscle and you can feel that change. Do you feel different from the inside out too?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think physically I'm stronger, as I mentioned, and I'm building muscle. I'm giving Arnie some competition here. And mentally, too, it's good.
Yeah.
You just feel more confident, and you just feel your whole body feels alive by exercising. The heart is a muscle, too. You got to keep it moving.
That's exactly right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you know what? Physical and mental health go hand in hand. So April, falls are we worry because falls are the number 1 cause of fatal and non-fatal injuries for seniors. The statistics must have driven your decision to help seniors and your 80-year-old mom get stronger. That must have been one of the reasons.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we always want to avoid falling, because that just leads to immobility and even, faster loss of muscle. So, absolutely with my mom and with all the folks that I was training, at the gym and everyone that we're helping around the world now, we want to help them stay strong, right. Improve their balance and flexibility, and to avoid that fall, because that could be a downward spiral for sure. Mm-hmm.
For sure. And how are people finding you? Is it YouTube? Are you TikToking? Like, where are you doing this?
Yeah, we're mainly on YouTube, but we're on all the social media channels, whether it's Facebook, Instagram. We are on TikTok, Pinterest, and so I don't know. It's really interesting. We're not done any advertising or anything. This thing has just grown, and it's just really heartwarming. I mean, people are so kind in sharing us, with their friends and families, and word of mouth has been a very big help for us. Mm-hmm.
That is April Hattori and her mom, Aiko. Can the two of you stick around for another segment with us?
Absolutely.
Oh, we'd love it. All right, we'll do that.
Caregiver Crossing is supported by Cardon and Associates, with 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest, and more than 40 years of senior living experience. Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. If you'd like to learn more about Cardon, you can visit them, or you can visit us at joycehouse.org, and we can help you with adult day services and caregiver support services. We're glad you're here. We'll be back in a moment with more Caregiver Crossing. We're back on Caregiver Crossing. I am Tina McIntosh. I'm in studio with my friend and co-host. What's your name?
It's Terry Lynn Stacy from Hancock County.
Oh, it's still early. I know. Happy Sunday. And we are here with April Hattori and her mother, Aiko, and what a duo they are. And so if you missed us last segment, you're going to have to go back and check it out. But they are in Nevada. These two they're just encouraging so many people with their workouts. The company is called Yes2Next, YES, the number 2, and then Next, NEXT. So yes2next.com, you can catch them on all social media. And what they're doing is they're really giving workouts for all of us. I mean, who's your target market, ladies, for these workouts?
Yeah, well, this is April. We started our videos with older adults in mind, to your point about, helping seniors prevent falls. However, what we're finding is that, we're helping people of all ages. Mm-hmm. And it's really quite incredible, even folks who are recovering, from either ailments or surgeries or have limited mobility, we're helping them too. And a lot of folks say, if Aiko can do it at 82 years old, I can do it. We have 30-year-olds saying that. We've got 90-year-olds saying that. So it's been really gratifying.
And listeners should know that your videos have been viewed more than 20 million times, and your YouTube page has more than 190,000 followers. It's amazing. Did you start out thinking that you were going to have such an impact on the world? And that's the truth. I mean, when you were doing it, it was fun and everything. But did you have any idea that this was going to be almost, in a sense, a business?
You know what? We really didn't. Did you, Mom?
No, this is a one-off. This is a one-off, Mom. Don't worry. It's a one-off.
We had no idea. My goal was just, hey, Mom, if we can help one person, we're golden. Yeah. And it's just been so heartwarming, to now be able to help, millions of people around the world. It's just the greatest joy, to be able to help friends, live their lives to their fullest. Yeah. It really is wonderful.
Okay, I have a question then. Yeah. And Aiko, I want to hear this from you. Is there some kind of a fame that comes with this? Like, are people recognizing you or reaching out? Do we have stickers of Aiko doing a stretch? Like, what's this been like?
Well, I haven't had many autograph seekers yet, but who knows what'll happen. I'm surprised that it is what it is today. Especially at my age, it's like a second chance at life over here on this side of the world, on this side of life anyway. So, it's very humbling and gratifying at the same time. To know that I'm inspiring people I mean, they look at me and say, hey, if Mom can do it, I can do it. If Aiko can do it, I can do it. I think that's terrific. I'm becoming a role model at my age. How often does that happen?
That's
80, so.
That's glorious.
Keep moving, people. That's great.
We mentioned around the world. Tell us about some of the places or some of the people that you connect with from around the world, April.
Yeah. I mean, countries, from the United Kingdom to Indonesia to Tanzania.
Wow.
It's Pakistan around the world.
It's amazing.
Yeah. That has to be so weird. I can't even think of another word for that. Like, you really did this for the one.
It becomes a smaller world with the internet now. It does.
Yes. And even Indianapolis.
Hey.
Absolutely. We've gotten comments from friends in Indianapolis.
Oh, that's great.
So thank you all.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what are the kinds of things you hear people say?
Oh, every day, and literally every single day, we get comments that just blow us away. Along the lines of, it's because of you that I'm moving. I feel healthier. I've been working out with you for months, and I'm losing weight. I feel better. I'm stronger. I recently tripped, and I was able to right myself because I've gotten stronger because of exercises that we've done together. And to have that kind of impact is just really, really amazing.
It's fantastic. For those that are listening right now, what is a very simple, low impact exercise that they can do right now from a chair, from just starting simple, just to start moving?
Yes. One exercise that is just awesome and gets everything going is we call them the chair stand up, or it's a sit to stand. So you're just sitting in your chair, and all I want you to do is put your arms across your chest, put those feet on the ground, hip distance apart, and stand up.
Oh.
Okay? And then sit down. Stand up again. And do it again. Do it 5 times. Do it 3 times. Do it 1 time.
It almost makes me nervous to think about doing, and I should be able to do that. But
just sit down, cross your arms in your chair, and just stand up.
Right?
And sit back down.
It's like I've heard the things, too, about if you can stand while taking off or putting on a sock. That's a good thing, too. That's balance and strength, right? And I wonder if I lined 10 random people up, how many could actually do these things we're talking about. I mean, they seem simple, but if I've had a number of surgeries when you're recovering, like you said, April, from surgeries and things like that, I just think you're onto something wonderful. And the two of you are so likable and relatable, and that's got to work to your favor. And so I really want to encourage people to check you out at Yes2Next.com. There is a fee. What should people know about that, April, before they get on?
Oh, did you mention fee? It's everything's totally free. It's on YouTube.
It's all free?
So yes, all the videos are free.
No way.
We believe in, making exercise accessible to all. And so our videos are free. You just go to YouTube, Yes2Next, and you can see them. Obviously, there are ads at the beginning and at the end, but, you can skip through those. And the workouts are there for you to do.
Just what change makers you are, and you are impacting so many people. And now I'm in love with you even more, the fact that you're doing this because you believe it's the right thing to be doing and it's free. So again, the website is Yes2Next. You should tell April and Aiko that you heard about them on Caregiver Crossing and all the wonderful things. So ladies, thank you so much for what you do, and thank you for being here with us on Caregiver Crossing today.
Oh, thank you
so much for the opportunity to chat. Keep moving, everybody.
Keep moving. That's absolutely right. That'll start your weekend off right for sure. Yes, the number 2 next is what you're looking for. As we close the show, we just want to remind our listeners that they can contact Tina McIntosh for more info and resources to help you through the journey of caregiving. Do that at Tina@joyshouse.org, or you can call them 317-254-0828.
A big thanks to Cardon and Associates. We are so grateful for the work they do in our community and for supporting us here on Caregiver Crossing. We've got to run. Until next time, take good care of each other.